to build something better for the future. Our children and our children's children. Let go. I could talk about back in the day. What's going on, B1 family? It's your boy Big Big. Welcome back to my Black Universe. So I told you guys I had a lot to cover. Especially what's going on with Senatobia and the unaliving of Cohen Wiley, a 1-year-old child, toddler even. And it's been a lot going on with this. So been a lot of information thrown out there. It's a lot of stuff I didn't want to touch until I knew more facts, more details, some things that I'm seeing that are great. I'm seeing the fire and the fervor from Senatobians. They're going hard in the paint. They're going hard body. They're not letting up. But then I'm seeing some things. One thing in particular that has me concerned with how this is going to go. So let's deal with this case. Let's go straight to the report.
Our top story this midday, a child is dead and the state investigation is underway after an officer fired shots during an incident in North Mississippi. It all happened Sunday morning at a Walmart in Senatobia. ABC 24's Ezekiel Telemaco joining us now live from the scene where this all happened and following this all morning long with the very latest. Ezekiel?
That's right, Ruben. I've talked to a few people in regard to this, and it's just a tragic story is what they tell me. But again, according to the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, they say that a shooting took place at this Walmart on I-51 on Sunday. Again, there's still limited details, but in terms of what we know so far, I'm going to just share some of the preliminary details that the NBI shared with us. So according to the NBI, officers with the Senatobia Police Department and the Tate County Sheriff's Office responded to a shoplifting call at the Walmart that I just mentioned on US 51. Again, when officers arrived, they encountered two subjects, and a child who were fleeing the store and more specifically getting inside of a vehicle. Now, the NBI says that officers attempted to stop the vehicle, but the driver allegedly drove towards the officers and nearly hit one of them. Now, an officer then fired his weapon in response to that, and the vehicle left the scene. Now, authorities say that the occupants later arrived at a local hospital where a child was pronounced dead and another person was critically injured. No officers were seriously hurt, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation says that their agents are continuing to gather evidence and review the circumstances surrounding the shooting. But again, we spoke to some people in the community, and they said more specifically that the impact has been felt throughout.
How it is this morning is everything kind of quiet. Everybody like kind of fall back. Ain't nobody moving around as much. So it did have an impact on what happened. It had a very big impact. And everybody talking about Senatobia. So it's going to be a big thing, I know.
And he's not lying. He's most definitely not lying. It is going to be a big thing. Yes, man, what's going on, Sister Patty Case? How you doing this morning? So, yeah, that's what happened. Now, the details were fuzzy about the driving towards the officer, shooting in the vehicle. And it's real weird because if it's supposed to be a shoplifting situation, you would think with this being Walmart, and from what I've seen, I used to work at Walmart. They have loss prevention. Now, when they catch you, usually they already have you dead to rights. And they got you, they see you walking past the register, police already been called, whatever. And it's typically you trying to stuff something into like a backpack or your pants or whatever. Usually it's like that. This is supposed to be a box of diapers. Now, for me, I don't see how you hide or try to steal a box of diapers outside of walking past the register. Like it's kind of hard to do that, to be inconspicuous with a box of diapers. My thing is, you call authorities and they were there that quick over a box of diapers. Now I want to know what that call was about. Like, I've never seen police get anywhere quick. Usually, even when I was working at Walmart, they call police. Hey, man, look, we got this guy, like, he's about to steal. He's been in the store for a minute. He's been hiding stuff. He's been putting it in his pocket. He's got a backpack. He's got a bag or whatever. Same thing with ladies. She got stuff in her purse. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Usually, I already call one. They have somebody en route, and they have the one officer come up there. You see the officer. They got you at the door. You go in there. They show you the camera footage. You still in. It is what it is. You got caught. And they proceed that way. I have never seen that many officers on the scene for a box of diapers. I have never experienced a situation where a box of diapers, allegedly stealing a box of diapers, requires use of deadly force. They allege she tried to hit him. They haven't showed us any footage from the body cam. They ain't showed us Walmart's footage from inside the store or outside the store. And they showed us any dash cam footage. So I'm like, I find it hard to believe. Now, the people of Senatobia are heated. They are pissed. And they, rightfully so, want to know what the hell's going on in their city. So they sent
during that process.
They sent this gentleman out here, Sean Tyndale. You know how they do. They sent him out here to do what they do best. Listen in.
And with that, Mayor, I'll be glad to answer any questions that y'all have about our process, how we do it, why we do it, and anything else that I can't answer. I'm not going to get into details of the investigation. It's still very preliminary. This incident occurred on Sunday. It's Tuesday. We're still interviewing witnesses, and I will tell you that our incident assistance coordinator has been in touch with the family's attorney, trying to make sure that we're reaching out to them as well to make sure they understand the process directly from MBI.
May I ask you one question, being an old person?
Sure.
Okay, do you get out here and kill a baby or kill anybody and continue to walk around policing with a gun?
Typically, what I see in most situations, and I'm confident that what we'll have here is that there is some sort of lead that is put in place.
But you didn't say that though.
Well, look, those are personnel matters, and they have to be careful about what they discuss as far as personnel matters in public. And I'm just telling you what I typically see is usually these officers, for their own safety as well as everybody else's, are put on some sort of administrative leave during that time period because that's just the typical process. So I can't imagine it being any different here.
It still is some comfort to the family and some comfort to the community. If this man say, well, he's on suspended leave, he didn't say nothing.
That's right. And we'll talk about that and get with legal counsel and make some
You don't need no
information.
legal counsel for that. That's common sense.
It is common sense, and I think that's probably how 98% of these are handled, and I'm sure that's how this has been handled.
How long do you think, Commissioner, the investigation is going to be?
They vary. Right now, you have to do the autopsy. That has to be performed.
We are staying on top of breaking news out of Senatobia, Mississippi, where
Now there's another one. I thought I saved it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Well, they gave him hell, boy. That seems to be the more. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. They gave him hell. So this, I think this is the day after.
I want you to be assured that it will be a thorough investigation, and it will be one where transparency.
So Sean Tyndale, commissioner of MDP. So he's addressing it. Listen to the audience.
Is there. I'll be glad to answer any questions from the media first, if there are any that you might have about the process. I will not get into the details of the investigation. I would have everybody keep in mind, this just occurred about 48 hours ago, so it's still a very, very new investigation.
I'm Rob Smith with Fox 13 News. Question about the actual body cam video. When is that expected to be released? A lot of people keep asking about that. I know that there's a process, but is there a time frame?
The way that we've handled it in the last 4 years is we will release that once that investigation is complete. And once that part of the process is done, if you think about any other criminal case, we never release evidence before that time. So we try to treat this the same. We also want to make sure that all witnesses that come forward do it to the best of their recollection. And sometimes when you release that evidence early, witnesses don't want to come forward because they feel like the case is closed at that point. And we feel like it's best policy to do that once the investigation is complete.
Raven Copeland with Channel 3. Raven Copeland with Channel 3. Raven Copeland with Channel 3. I'm sorry.
Can you tell me how many videos you suspect you have of gun Walmart and gun?
Can't hear you, sir.
He's asking about the different types of video that we expect are available. We always retrieve any body cam footage, dash cam footage. Of course, this happened at a Walmart, and Walmart does have a highly sophisticated level of security cameras and systems.
Notice he's going through the rigmarole. Notice he's going through the rigmarole.
And we will work with Walmart to make sure.
There's a sister that I heard. Oh my God, boy, she went in. She went in, like I said, in Senatobia, the people are on code like they're supposed to be.
That we obtain every piece of evidence that they have as far as security footage.
Raven Copeland with Channel 3. What's the status of the officer involved in this shooting? Is he placed on suspension, on leave? Are there calls for him to be fired? What's the latest with that?
Well, I can tell you again, we conduct the officer involved shooting part of the investigation. Each agency in the state, when these incidents happen, have an opportunity to do their own internal affairs investigation, internal analysis of what happens, and ultimately make those decisions. I can tell you it's very, very routine, and it would be quite unusual that an officer after an incident like this would not be put on some sort of administrative leave, at least for a short amount of time, but often for an extended amount.
There's information online talking about this officer's past, saying that he had a kind of a shady past. Is there anything you can kind of clear up?
See how fast folk getting on that bumper? People are already looking Buddy up. They're already looking into this. We're not doing that thing that we used to do where we trust in the due process. We trust in the process to treat us right and be fair and go through all checks and balances, make sure there's a just system that is in place. Now, folk are doing their own investigations.
Or elaborate on it concerning the officer and his history with the public at various jobs?
Not that we would have. I mean, I can tell you the Board of Law Enforcement Officer Standards and Training is housed at the Department of Public Safety. They oversee the certificates of officers. Reviewing this officer's history, there's nothing in the file that would indicate any such problems.
Paula Burris, community activist out of Memphis, Tennessee. On this day, in the time leading up to this incident, has anyone been arrested or has there been a police report made for shoplifting?
I'm not going to get any specifics of the investigation at this point. That's all part of the ongoing investigation. I can tell you.
We know if they had their sister dead to rights, everything be put on Front Street. They have shown us time and time again that when they got us in the crux, when we're in the wrong, the footage comes out, arrests are made, everything's going through its due process. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. When they know, hey, like we got this in the bag. Oh, here's all the information you need. Oh, you think this was a wrongful shooting? Oh, we know. Here's the footage in 4K. Here's the footage in 4K, 60 frames per second. We zoomed in for you. Here you go, right there. Here's a report. Here's all the different camera angles showing that they were in the wrong. Whenever we're in the wrong, whenever they got us, and they know they got us, here's everything. Because there's no reasonable doubt. What? We got you. He got murked. Oh, well, move on. But when there's always something funny, they're like, dang, I don't know, how do we change the angle? Because for some of you, I know you've seen the footage of Kamala Anthony, and I hate this crap that they do. B1 family, most modern phones that people own, even these kids, can shoot in 4K definition. And if you got a Samsung, you got the Galaxy S26, I don't know which one it is. I think the S23 and above, they all can shoot in 8K video. But anytime they give us some footage, it's always 144p, 280p, 560p. It's never 1080p or better. it always got to be real grainy and real far off in the distance. So the speculation, well, we can't really tell. Whenever we need to see something and they got them looking bad, it's always in the worst definition possible. That's intentional. That's intentional. But I want to let the sister cook.
NBI is conducting that as well as getting witness statements, and so I cannot answer that at this point.
Are you able to speak to the policy that officers follow when it comes to pursuing an alleged shoplifter or any type of crime? What is that policy?
And again, that is something department that is established. And just to give you an example, we oversee 900 law enforcement officers at the Department of Public Safety, the largest of which is the Highway Patrol. The Highway Patrol might have a different pursuit policy than Jackson PD, for example.
What is this pursuit policy for this?
I don't know the pursuit policy for here in Senatobia. And I can tell you that's also one of the things that, a policy violation would be much different than a criminal or, violation, and one in which we would really be taking happen as quick as expediency.
To reassure them, because a lot of them obviously are angry today.
I want to get to the sister and what she said. There's something that was said that had me like, yes.
Passionate,
yes.
You would have to them because them obviously are angry.
I'm gonna let this brother speak. I think he's from Memphis, this reporter, and he came back and like Memphians do, they roast him. They gave him a good roasting. Show him some love, some Memphis love, and yeah, this sister, I love what she says. So listen up.
Doing these types of cases.
What would you say to the public to reassure them? Because a lot of them obviously are angry today, or passionate, upset, hurt. There's a lot of feelings. So what is the direct message?
What'd she say?
Upset, hurt. There's a lot of feelings. So what is the...
One more time for the people in the back.
Passionate, upset, hurt. There's a lot of feelings. So what is the direct...
Now, his body language is telling. Damn, she got a point. Why y'all keep lynching us? Those are the proper words, proper terms. That's how you stay on code. That's how you do it. Why y'all keep lynching us?
That's the message you would have to.
Why y'all keep lynching us?
Again, and I understand the frustrations. I mean, I've seen this happen in other communities across the state. That's why I'm
goddamn fine. Why y'all give us the same respect we give y'all? Why? Why can't we get that from y'all? Huh? Why can't we get that? It's not too hard to ask. It's not too much to ask. Why not? Why do we keep getting lynched? See, now the collective minds of us who are of the lineage of the soul, it's starting to become in sync. Why? Oh, y'all lynching us. We don't bother nobody. That whole black folk, just hoodlums and just reprobates, you just always doing something. No, we don't bother nobody. We stick to ourselves. 99.9% of the times we are chilling by ourselves, chilling with our people. We stick to ourselves. We go to work. Hey, what's going on, man? We chop it over with somebody we cool with for a minute, and then we dip. We might go to a function here and there. You know what I'm saying? We get fly, but we stay to ourselves. And this is to ask the proper question. Why do y'all keep lynching us? And Sean Tindell, that body language. See, that's the problem with body language. See, you can lie through this. But see, the body has a hard time lying with you. One of my favorite shows that I used to watch was Lie to Me. It was a show based on human expressiveness in the body language, like how people, when they really feel or think a certain way, their body always expresses it. It's hard for them not to, if they got disdain for you, they show it. If they can't stand you, if they like you, if they're lying, there's always something that their body does that reveals the true intent. It's one of my favorite shows, and they took it off air. But we got this one more time. Come on. We got hold on. One more time. Ms. Tyndale, one more time.
Cases. What would you say to the public to reassure them? Because a lot of them obviously are angry today, or passionate, upset, hurt. There's a lot of feeling. So what is the direct?
Ooh, damn, it's got me there. Ooh, the body language is. Be one family. We got to get to what we understand and read body language and observe it, because the mouth will say something that the body won't say. The body, 9 times out of 10, will not allow you to lie. You can say something, you can express a certain way, but your body's gonna tell on you every time.
Message you would have to.
Why y'all keep lynching us?
Again, and I understand the frustrations. I mean, I've seen this happen in other communities across the state. That's why I'm here, is to answer these types of questions so that everybody can understand the process that we're going through. And again, understand that our goal is to ultimately be transparent in our investigation, so that everybody can take a look at that. And if the wrong conclusions ultimately reached, then those decisions will be looked at and reviewed and scrutinized by the public. And that's how transparency creates accountability.
Sir, can you give us your name and your time?
All right, as
Now, what was that at the end? Hold on. That little look he made.
Ultimately reached, then those decisions will be looked at and reviewed and scrutinized by the public. And that's how transparency creates accountability.
That looked like somebody get me out of here. It's time to go. The body. Oh, he don't like this. Miss Tyndale, tough titty. Tough titty. You want that position? That's what you get. Now, in the beginning of this, I want to get to that part, but in the beginning of this, we have the sister and her account of what happened. And I think she's with, I don't know if she's with an attorney or somebody that's part of the legal team.
so they fired shots. 1-year-old Cohen Wiley died at the hospital. Now Cohen's mom, Valicia, is sharing her side of the story.
It was me, my son, and another friend of mine who was at Walmart. As we was leaving out the Walmart, they tried to stop her, but I kept walking because it had nothing to do with me. By the time me and my baby got in the car, she came, and then when we was backing up, they was running out the come. I raised my baby up because they withdraw their gun. She had no tent. I raised my baby up trying to show them that he was in the car. So she was backing up and she hit a car as I was opening the door, so the door flew back in. By the time I sat my baby down, it was like 3 to 4 shots. One of the shots hit him in his rib cage, and the other shots hit her in her arm and her thigh. And we left and went to Senatobia hospital, where he was pronounced dead at the scene. And
now notice, the gun's already drawn over diapers. No tint on the window, so you can't use what we couldn't see in the vehicles, so we had to be sure. Like I said before, I've worked for Walmart. I used to be a car pusher at Walmart one time. I used to be a stocker at Walmart at one time. I have never seen them have a gang of police officers up there for shoplifting. Ever. Ever. That don't make no daggone sense. You got 4 or 5 officers for shoplifting. Usually one. And then that one, he might call somebody, hey man, they send a unit to come and take you to jail, depending on what you steal. All right, hey, we got one. All right, cool. They come, they put cuffs on you, but when he come, they switch cuffs, they put you in the back of the unit, they send you on your way. But 4 or 5 officers with guns drawn for some diapers, CB1 family, there's a lot of high-tech lynchings going on, and we can't let this happen.
They told me I wasn't going to be able to see him until he get back from Jackson. She got airlifted, and the police told me I couldn't leave out the hospital until somewhere I couldn't leave out, couldn't nobody come in. But I ended up walking out, and the crowd was questioning them, asking them what happened. That was like, she was shoplifting. But the passenger, it was me. They wasn't talking about me. They was talking about the driver. But on the little, what's it called, self-checkout, they can see, it's cameras, they can see when she got the diapers and walked out.
Facts. Everybody here has done self-checkout. When you do self-checkout, you can literally see the camera above you looking at you. And sometimes these cameras actually so good they can tell when you haven't scanned something and put it in the bagging area. They can tell when you got scanned something and you make sure you didn't forget an item. These cameras are everywhere, man. These are some of the best cameras and the best quality of recording there is. And so this whole let's get a whole bunch of officers. What? It don't make sense. See, this stuff don't make sense to me at all.
But yeah, they tried to say that she forcefully was trying to drive and hit them, but they was all on the right side and she was driving towards the left. They just personally just shot in the car.
Did they try to charge you with anything?
No, they didn't charge.
Oh, so y'all were allegedly shoplifting. Old girl was allegedly shoplifting. You were with her, which would have made you an accomplice. They ain't try to charge you with nothing?
They ain't charged me with nothing. They just let me go. They didn't say nothing. They just kept telling the crowd that they were shoplifting.
When is shoplifting ever necessitated deadly force? And I'm gonna get to why I'm concerned, because if you can see this right here, then you'll know why. But we're gonna get to that. We're gonna slow roll it.
But I don't know if they found anything because it's nothing found.
Okay.
Now, Walmart could have been released their footage. They could have been released their footage, B1 family. We know that. They could have been released their footage. How come they haven't done it? How come the cops haven't released footage? Because they got to find a way to doctor it. So how do we make it look like what we want it to look like so we can absolve our officer of shooting? And we're going to get to the officer. But there was a board meeting, and shout out to the sister. She was covering this on social media.
Board meeting for baby Keon, the 1-year-old who was murdered by the police outside of Walmart in Mississippi. And it's going to be a multiple parts because the video was kind of long. But here's what happened in the board meeting.
Respect. We appreciate your little opening statement, your apology, whatever we would have liked to have had it earlier as a mayor of this town. These officers, y'all finally did it. You done finally did it. Okay, we've been telling you this was gonna happen. Okay, so nobody come here and tell you. Ain't gonna happen again. Listen, chill out. Listen, none of that from us. None of that from us. We don't believe in violence. We believe in self-defense. Y'all believe in violence, apparently. Okay, because your police that you hired, this board, decided they want to kill a baby. Okay, I don't know where y'all have lost your humanity or whatever, your growth disrespect for the humanity of black people, man. What we sick and tired of exemplified by the people in this room. You ain't seen this. This is what happened when you kill people, babies. I'm talking to you, Kevin. I'm talking to you, understand.
I told you there's a fire down there in Senatobia. The folk on fire. See, you can only push black folks so much, boy. I'm a father of 3. And see, the reason why I'm covering this, I'm gonna let y'all know why I'm covering this. Brother, why are you covering this story? You up there in Memphis, this down the street from you, because there's a sister by the name of Mamie Till, who had a son by the name of Emmett Till, who, when something happened to another black boy in a different location, in a different state from her, she at the time felt like, well, that's over there. That ain't over here. And then white supremacy showed up at her doorstep by way of mutilating and disfiguring her son to the point you could not recognize this boy's face. We have history for a reason. And I refuse to see history, know history, and then sit on my hands and be like, well, this is for somebody else to do. That 1-year-old could end up being my 11-year-old or my 12-year-old or my 13-year-old. I'm not going to sit there and let this ride. I'm going to amplify this. We all have a job to do. Some of us, you don't want to get in front of the camera. Cool, share the video. Share the stuff you see. Find a way to support. Because that could be your niece, your nephew next. We can't sit and let stuff happen to other folk and they be like, well, we just gonna, we ain't gonna be doing what was that oh boy, they had the RICO on them in Atlanta. Talking about oh yeah. I ain't worried about that. We gonna let the police and all that worry about that. We just got ice and stuff. We dripping and all that. Young Thug. We not finna do the Young Thug. We're not doing that. We're not finna say, well, I ain't worried about that. Then when it hits you at your doorstep, now you want folk to rally for you. No. We're not doing that, B1 family. I'm rallying. I love the energy I see in Senatobia. The Senatobian people, y'all have my utmost respect.
We'll get him out. We'll get him out. You ain't got to touch nobody here. We're going to get him out. We already been directed. If there be any disruption, Mark will get him out here. Because I need to talk to this boy. Because I'm sick and tired. And I've been told y'all this was going to happen. Been told y'all this was going to happen. Getting rid of challenge, you can't remove the monster. You didn't remove the culture. We did not remove the culture, Chris. We didn't remove the culture. I appreciate it. Remove the challenge, but you didn't remove the culture. We got police up on the roof, man. Right. Citizens are experiencing police on the roof like we some terrorists. We didn't kill nobody, baby. We didn't kill nobody. Okay, we didn't kill nobody, baby. Your officer killed somebody, baby, responding to a shoplifting charge. Do you not understand? Do you not understand that? Your officer killed a baby responding to a shoplifting charge. Let me show you how y'all lie. Let me show you how. Wait.
Oh yeah. Now, B1 family, they understand it. Don't ever think they don't understand it. Don't ever think they don't understand what it was going on. But when he talked about officers on the roof and them acting crazy and doing what they do, let's switch back over real quick. Hold on, B1 family. Hold on, let's go back to it. Now, mind you, this was 3 days ago.
Gather outside demanding answers in the officer-involved shooting that killed a baby. This happened just moments after.
You would think black folk just shot somebody. But this is how they respond to us. This is how they treat us when we want to get answers.
After people gathered outside Senatobia City Hall calling for transparency in the investigation. Hello, I'm Greg Hurst. Tonight, we've been told the officer involved in that shooting has been placed on leave. WRG's Raven Copeland joins us now live from Senatobia. And Raven, describe to us what happened at that Walmart tonight.
Well, Greg, I can tell you it looks much different than what it did about 3 hours ago, where there were dozens of protesters. But one thing that does remain is law enforcement. They remain in front of this Walmart, just standing here waiting for anything, I guess, any protest or anything to happen here. But I want to tell you what I witnessed and I experienced. I will say there have been a few minutes of me being here, and within 5 minutes, that's when law enforcement deployed that tear gas. I felt the tear gas. I felt it in my throat. I could smell it. It blinded me. A lot of people were sent in a frenzy. Dozens of people were running for their car, running for safety. It was honestly a moment of chaos. And this happens as the community continues to call for answers in the deadly officer-involved shooting of Cohen Wiley.
Tear gas? For what? The folk want to know what was going on? Because black folk are putting pressure on Walmart to release the footage. Like I said, I want to see the footage from the register. I want to see the footage from the surveillance in the store and outside the store. Yes, Walmart has cameras based in the parking lot. Walmart has cameras every damn where. So yeah, I this whole thing could be resolved with the footage and see Don't let nobody gas us up and gaslight us and make us feel like, oh well, no, you don't understand the process and stuff like that. Because see, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you. When it's all said and done, I'm gonna show you that they do understand.
Calls for justice and answers continue in Senatobia after 1-year-old Cohen Wiley was killed in an officer-involved shooting Sunday. Dozens of community members gathered outside City Hall today, calling for the officer's arrest and termination.
It was just blatant shooting. A reckless, careless, callous, might have been cowardice act. So how do you explain that? You can't explain that to a family. You can't explain that even to a supervisor and to a commander.
Being black is the weapon. Like, that is literally the weapon they trying to demonize. No matter if you're 1 year old or you 60 years old, if you're black, you're already the bottom tier to them.
Mississippi Bureau of Investigation.
There we go. On code. We understand it. We got the young folk out there and the old folk out there being on code. Say, hey, yeah, our blackness is the weapon. Being black is the problem. And they feel like they gotta eliminate it. Whether you 1 year old or 60. Shout to the B1 family. Like I said, I love the energy I'm seeing down there. I love it. And I want to wait because I want to make sure we had the proper information so we can discuss this and bring everything to light, because we got folk out here that's trying to glom on and get they social media up.
Already not enough racism in the world. Now I'm hearing that a 1-year-old little child was murdered in Mississippi because a racist white officer wanted to profile a black woman coming out of a store, not knowing that she paid for every fucking thing she had, right? That's what I'm hearing. Then when the town and the people stand the fuck up and say this ain't right, you call out the riot police. Oh, wait though, catch this. All the riot police that show up are fucking white. Mississippi, still known for being very racist. America, still known for being very racist. We are the fucking laughing pot of the world. We're supposed to be the melting pot of culture. Fuck this white America shit. I'm tired of fucking just talking on this platform. Reach out to me, tag your activists down below in the comments. Tell me how we can make a fucking move. Tell me how we can actually stand up and do something against this fucking racist country.
Feels performative to me. He's not the only one though.
White people and corporate interests. They hunt down black people. That is how they make money, right? That's how they've always made money. They are slave catchers. But the point is that you've never heard a black cop shoots a 1-year-old baby in the chest, right? But
and a child.
A 1-year-old was just opened up, like unloaded on, right, by a white cop who saw the baby get into the car, and they knew that the woman had a receipt. You will never hear. There is not a group of all black cops policing all white communities for a reason, right? It's just white people harassing the fuck out of everyone. Okay? Can we?
It feels performative to me, honestly. It feels performative. It feels like this is an opportunistic situation for certain individuals to be talking about these issues. Because where do y'all find that she got a receipt or what all this? Like me, I like to make sure we have everything right and exact and say, hey, here's the receipt, here's the whoop, boom, and then we present it. How'd y'all get that information? If it's literally the way y'all said it. Not saying it's a stole. Because my thing is, you don't pull your service weapon over some diapers, over shoplifting. Armed robbery, yes. Attempted kidnapping, yes. Attempted unaliving, yes. You pull it for those scenarios, but some goddamn diapers, shoplifting. What would y'all do if it was a goddamn pack of Reese's? Some M&Ms. Would y'all do the same thing? No daggum shoplifting. That never necessitates pulling the service arm. If they went in the vehicle and went and grabbed something and pulled it out and drew down on you, yes. There's scenarios that are called for that because you are trained to be an officer, allegedly. You are trained to know when to draw down and pull your service weapon and use force. Diapers? If somebody, man, look, man, if somebody leaving and we're trying to get them to stop, hey, we're gonna get your license plate, bro. I'm getting your license plate. I'm not finna do no what? Run and grab my gun and look stupid and it possibly hurt. What if y'all wouldn't have y'all already killed the baby? What if y'all would have killed the baby and an innocent bystander? Huh? Y'all could have easily killed not only the child, but an innocent bystander. I'm not doing that. I'm not risking that. We get your plate. We just gonna pull up on you at your spot. And yeah, this vehicle come back to you. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, there you are. Hey, you gonna put your hands behind your back. Yeah, you. Now we got you for fleeing the scene, resisting all that. We're gonna hit you. We're gonna hit you later. I'm not finna put no other people's lives in danger over some diapers. Man, it's now the sister got part 2 of that board meeting. She got part 2 of that board meeting. Let's check that out.
Part 2 of what happened in the board meeting today for baby Keon, the 1-year-old who was shot outside of the Walmart parking lot in Mississippi. If you haven't seen part 1, go watch the previous video.
Report, you shared it on your page. It said that the Senatobia Police Department was responding to a call of shoplifting. When we got on the premises, we observed a woman and a child. We saw a woman and a child, Kevin. They said they saw. No, listen, let it be clear. Let it be clear. Your officers, whoever make the official reports that y'all want to go out and be true, said that they saw a woman and a child fleeing. And that's who they pursued. They saw them before they even got in the car. I made the post that went viral because we don't have no circumstantial evidence that prove one thing or the other. We don't see that in the video. If we did see that officer shooting that, you'll have people all over the nation. And after this right here, you will have people all over the nation. So this is what I'm telling you. When I made the post that said, by your own admission in your own police report, said that y'all saw the lady and the child enter the car. What the deadly force for? How did that end up in them being killed in critical condition?
Like I stated, what was the point of pulling your firearm unless it was intentional? Now, they try to say, buddy, the officer, but we've see, y'all have done this so much that we know that immediately we got to get on y'all bumper about who did what, because what y'all do is you'll hide them, get them off the beat, then have them go scrub their social medias. Oh, y'all love doing that. So yeah. And we you finna see who did it. Oh, see, black folk, we moving now. We ain't waiting on nothing. We ain't waiting on nothing, nobody to come and bring us no information and tell us who did what. Hold on. I think I saved it on my socials. We're gonna go real quick, B1 family. Let me find it. Let me find it. Cause yeah, we tired of this. We are tired of this. Here it is. Shout out to the sister. I'm gonna use hers.
The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is still looking into the deadly shooting of this 1-year-old.
Hold on, let me pull this. What I got on the screen. Let me pull that out. Let me pull that off. Which one's on screen? Oh, no, that's right.
Child in Senatobia. Tonight, Action News 5 is working to identify the officer involved in the shooting, who is currently on leave. Action News 5's Jared Thomas joining us live from Senatobia. And Jared, you were working the story today. Tell us what you learned.
Yes, that's right, Joy. Now, the city won't release the officer's name, so we took matters into our own hands by...
What did he say? The city wouldn't release the name, so we took matters into our own hands. Okay. I'm liking it, and I'm loving it.
Submitting multiple public records, and here's what we end up finding. This afternoon, Action News 5 obtained 5 years of officer-involved shooting records from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. Those records list Hunter Foster, along with Cohen Wiley, his mother, Valicia Wiley, and a third person we're still working to identify as people involved in Sunday's shooting. An incident report from MBI was too heavily redacted to confirm Hunter Foster as the officer involved. Action News 5 confirmed through city records Hunter Foster was promoted as a sergeant in Senatobia back in September. We went to...
Now, hold on. I want y'all to notice what he said.
Shooting. An incident report from MBI was too heavily redacted to confirm...
Heavily redacted. That's when they take their specialized marker and they start going through. You get the report. They'll give you a report, but it's a specialized market. I don't know if it'll let me because you know what it is. Just hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Maximize. It won't let me make that bigger. Unfortunately, it won't let me make it that bigger because I had to get this on my phone, so I apologize. But they take a specialized marker and they start marking through things, and they just let you see key information in their report. So all the pertinent stuff that you want to know, that's marked out. A specialized marker. You can't rub it out. You can't wash it off. You can't do nothing to it. And so that's what they do when they redact it. So it's heavily redacted. Heavily redacted. That means a lot of information was taken out of it or marked through so you couldn't read it and see what was going on.
Confirmed Hunter Foster as the officer involved. Action News 5 confirmed through city records Hunter Foster was promoted as a sergeant in Senatobia back in September. We went to City Hall and the police department asking Mayor Greg Graves and the police chief to confirm Foster's identity and involvement. A staffer said both were in a meeting. Any further information, we were told, must come from MBI.
Of course they were in the meeting. Of course they were in the meeting.
This comes just days after protesters gathered outside the Senatobia Walmart, demanding answers in the death of 1-year-old Cohen Wiley. But Tuesday's protest took a turn. Officers deployed tear gas to disperse the crowd. As the story draws national attention, some community members say they don't want this tragedy to define their city. The owners of Delta Steakhouse are organizing a Boston Butt benefit and plan to donate all proceeds to the Wiley family.
We don't want the division between the black and the white. What happened here is wrong. It should have never happened.
Wait a minute. Wait. Well, how did he say that? How did he say that? V1 family. I just want to hear how he said that.
Donate all proceeds to the Wiley family.
We don't want the division between the black and the white. What happened here is wrong. It should have never happened. I have prior military experience, and I know that they shouldn't have shot in that car. It shouldn't have happened.
It's devastating. No mother, I don't care the circumstance, should ever have to bury their children. And it's just heartbreaking.
I feel like that's performative too. We don't want division between the black and the white. Is it because it will hurt your business? Do you have a lot of cops that come to your steakhouse, sir? See, now I got questions. I got questions. When you listen to things from a non-emotional standpoint, from a strategic standpoint, you wonder who's really in it because they love it and they love the people, or who's in it because they're worried about their bottom line or their way of life.
Yeah, it's very heartbreaking. And now the community will hold a prayer visual for Cohen tomorrow at 6 at Life Point Church. For now, I'm Jared Thomas reporting live in Senatobia. Action News 5.
Oh, yeah, B1 family. Yeah, see, folk, we're not playing no more. We're not playing with nobody, huh? You don't get to do what you did and they go hide.
Alleged officer who murdered 1-year-old Keon Wiley in Mississippi.
Let's bring
This
that.
is the alleged officer who murdered 1-year-old Keon Wiley in Mississippi. And for everybody in my comments asking for the full details of the story, a 1-year-old's life was taken, not lost, taken. And I want that to sink in. It was alleged that the mom was shoplifting some diapers for her 1-year-old child, but the mom had a digital receipt. And as she was driving away, bullets hit her car, leaving her in critical condition and her child deceased.
That's another thing. See, I noticed that with Walmart, that digital receipt thing where they want you to come in there, put your number in, because that's tracking, that's marketing. They want to be able to sell items and know what you're buying so they can gear things towards your type of shopping experience so you can spend more. It's consumerism. But I have never liked that whole receipt thing, digital receipt thing. And this is part of the reason why. When I leave out, I like having a paper receipt so I can do this and just show it to you. When you got it on your phone, there's a link that they send you to. You got to go hit the link. The link pulls up the app, and then you get to receive the receipt. I don't like that. Yes, yep, right there. Right there. When I shop at Walmart, I get a paper receipt and digital. I get both. Yep, I do the same thing because I don't trust it. This situation right here, I'm not saying this would avoid it for the sister. I'm saying Walmart is held culpable. Yep, putting y'all on the hot seat. Y'all be wanting to do things digital and have people's information, numbers, and folk. Okay, cool. That's cool. I shop Amazon. I get digital receipts. Shouldn't be nothing wrong with it. This woman has to bury her baby, her 1-year-old. I know what it's like to hold my babies. I also know what it's like now to have to buy shoes for them and stuff like that because they big. She won't get that experience. She has to bury her child. Video, Mr. Bolson, a white man saying exactly how they are. His words, they are performing people. They have no feelings whatsoever. They mimic. Yeah, I'm at the. You sent it to me now. Hold on. If you sent it to me now, let me see if I can pull it real quick. Oh, let's go to. I was taking a while to do what it needs to do. I'm not going to be overly concerned with it. But yeah, see, that's what they're doing. And see, I'm going to let you know what my problem is right now. It's not the work that's been done. I'm not too much worried about the fake compassion, the fake outrage from white people. I love what I'm seeing from my people. Calling it out, calling it a lynching. Calling it, what's your email address? Let me do it that way. They might have. Let me know what your email address is, and I'll just search for it that way, okay? But I love the energy I'm seeing from my people, and it's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to call it out. We're supposed to go do the work and the research because if we don't, they will scrub the internet and hide everything about this person, and we won't be able to find if they have any white supremacist leanings, dealings, and ideologies that they live with. But like I said, my starts with global. Oh, oh, the simulation with hyenas. Yeah, I saw that. I know who you are. I'm not gonna say your name because I know you want to remain anonymous. But yeah, so this is why I have an issue with what's going on. Not because of the people. The people are doing what they're supposed to do. They're moving the way they're supposed to move. The reason why I have a problem is because I'm seeing who's involved on the legal side of this. When I see who's involved on the legal side of this, that makes me feel a certain type of way. Because I feel like the fix is in. I feel like we've seen this before where they've taken the energy and the fervor and the vigilance of the family and put the heat on folk, and then we get this.
Is dead after a Senatobia, Mississippi police officer opened fire on a car in a Walmart parking lot. The family hired one of the nation's most prominent civil rights attorneys to fight for justice. The baby, Cohen Wiley, was in that car. They fired anyway. Attorney Ben Crump's law firm released video today of Cohen's mother detailing what happened.
Y'all heard that name. I'm gonna play it again so you can hear it again.
Attorney Ben Crump's law firm released.
Play it one more time so you can hear it again.
One of the nation's most prominent civil rights attorneys to fight for justice. The baby, Cohen Wiley, was in that car. They fired anyway. Attorney Ben Crump's law firm released video.
Ooh. Oh man, we know how Crump gets down. We know his get down. We know what happens when he gets in there on behalf of a family. There's a check, there's a hug, and everyone's an actual change and justice gets pushed to the side for monetary gain. And then it keeps happening because to the white supremacists, it says, hey, these Negroes don't mind us killing them as long as somebody can get the check out of it. We'll keep popping because it's taxpayer money anyway. It's taxpayer money. Anyway, it's not coming out of the police officers' pension. It's not taken away from their new vehicles. It's not taken away from their new guns or anything like that. It's not hurting them directly. We pay for that. So I was excited because I'm like the family's on it. They own a bumper. They going hard body. They're not letting up. They don't care what's being said. And then you hear the law firm that's involved, and I'm like, no, not again, not again, not again. 2012, Trayvon Martin. 2013 to 2016, Kendrick Johnson. Yes, he was. These are his most notable cases. 2014, Michael Brown. 2015, Daniel Holtzclaw victims. 2015, Corey Jones. 2016, Terrence Crutcher. 2019, the present day Flint residents. To present day. He still represented the Flint residents. 2020, Ahmaud Arbery, and it was really the family that got justice for Ahmaud. Because they was trying to lob it up to give the McMichaels a plea deal. But the family had to put that on there, and it wouldn't been. 2020, Breonna Taylor. 2020, George Floyd. 2020, Jacob Blake. 2020, Trayford Pellerin. 2021, Dante Wright. 2021, Winston Smith. 2021, Henrietta Lacks family. 2022 to 2023, Keenan Anderson. 2023, Tyree Nichols. 2024, Sonia Massey. Once again, I have no issue with the Senatobians. My Mississippi family is going hard by it like they're supposed to. They putting boots to ground, fire to feet, feet up the asses. And they calling it what it is. Why y'all keep lynching us? I showed you. Sean Tyndale, you can never live that one down. I'm gonna make that a short. I gotta make that a short. Why y'all keep lynching us? Damn. Ooh. Hit him right in the stomach, right? Then Ben Crump is involved. It's gonna be a hug and a check. That's why I said I had to say something about this. Because it'll be a hug and a check. That white supremacists get transferred. He may come up to Memphis. He may go up to Nashville. He may go to Clarksville. He may go to Arkansas somewhere. He may go to Louisiana. But then it'll be the same thing. He'll see another 1-year-old baby and get to lighten them up. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And I can't let that happen. I can't sit by and let that happen. I can't not say nothing. I got to say something. Crump is worse than Al Sharpton. He's worse.
Today of Cohen's mother detailing what happened.
Me, my son, and another friend of mine was at Walmart. As we was leaving out the Walmart, they tried to stop her. But I kept walking because it had nothing to do with me. By the time me and my baby got in the car, she came. And then when we was backing up, they was running out the come. I raised my baby up because they withdrew their gun. She had no tent. I raised my baby up trying to show them that he was in the car. So she was backing up and she hit a car. As I was opening the door, so the door flew back in. By the time I sat my baby down, it was like 3 to 4 shots. One of the shots hit him in his rib cage, and the other shots hit her in her arm and her thigh. And we left and went to Senatobia hospital where he was pronounced dead at the scene.
A difficult story. Memphis civil rights attorney Van Turner joins us now. He is co-counsel alongside Ben Crump. Mr. Turner, thank you for being here and welcome.
Thank you very much.
That video. Walk us through what the family says happened in that Walmart parking lot on Sunday, and what else does the family want people to know? I mean, we just heard from the mother, but can you give us more details?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important details that she brought out was that the windows were not tinted.
Mm-hmm.
And so the officers could clearly see through the windshield, through the window, that she was holding up her child, almost begging, please don't shoot. I have a 1-year-old child that I'm holding up. She's begging for his life. And the first bullet kills him. And so, obviously.
Have you noticed the speech pattern of Mr. Van Turner? Because I had another clip where I was looking, I said, oh, Van Turner, okay, not Ben Crump, cool. And then they say he's co-counsel to Ben Crump. I'm like, oh, Lord. Notice both of them have the same type of speech pattern. Real slow and almost unarticulate and real mush mouth type of speech pattern that they have. And I'm like, oh, God. And this is why Black folk don't have faith in the Black legal community. We have Deshaun Kent's. We have the Ben Crumps, the Lee Merritts. We have so many lawyers in the places and the spaces where we need them to be ultra competent. Just kind of going through the motions. It's just collecting a check. I have a mortgage, Sean Kent. I have a mortgage. I have to pay my mortgage. I have a mortgage to pay. This being one family, I don't want to go back to school. And I've heard the likes of Tariq and Jason Black say, I thought about going to school and becoming an attorney. I was like, nah. We might need to do it. Those of us who thought about it, it might be time for us to just say, hey, F it, let's just do it. Because with these people being the attorneys, we're losing. This is our weak link right now is our legal class. Our weak link is the legal class. He could have blocked the car. Yeah, there was something else other to do than to pull your service gun and fire. And I heard some clown, some mulatto chick talking about, oh, she used her baby as a human shield. What? What? That's why we got to say something. That's why I'm saying something, man. We can't let this ride, bro. And then, Van, and nothing against you personally, brother. But we don't want a check and a hug type of justice, because that's not justice. We don't want you and Big Crump going there taking the heat that's going on in Senatobia saying, hey, y'all see how mad they are. It ain't going to get no better because that's a big check. And we'll tell them to go away. We don't want that no more. We want actual justice. We want actual justice, not just us. All right? We don't need nobody getting no check and a hug and then dissipate the energy. Getting her compensated for what happened is one thing, but y'all get them compensated. Do a hug, do this performative hug. Go hug him, make him feel nice. Oh my gosh, yeah, you murdered my sibling, like both them John. Hugging your brother's murderer. Granted, they were tethers, but it's the same energy. We can't have that no more. I'm not going to stand for it or sit for it or walk around and act like it don't exist. We calling y'all out. My B1 family in Senatobia, Mississippi. I'm right up the street from you. I have no issues with y'all. Y'all going hard body. From the elders, to the young folk, and everyone in between. Y'all are doing what y'all supposed to do. Being on a bumper. Putting foot to ass. Making people be accountable for their actions. But with Crump and this Van Turner, y'all stay on them. Stay on them like white on rice with a glass of milk on a paper plate in a snowstorm. Stay on them because they'll turn around and they'll take your energy and the grounds you made and use it and get this girl a big old check and then tell y'all, okay, nothing wrong no more. And dissipate the energy. We have time for real change going on. Because, see, I told y'all be one family. I told you these folk try getting these comments and act like, oh, well, you know, we need to see this, that, and the third because we don't really know if, you know, like, you know, you just never know because they couldn't, you know, you got to have all the facts. No. They know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on.
Place say
they know exactly what's going on. We only gonna listen to about 15 minutes of this. See, buddy right here with the crazy eyes. It is believed he is linked to the death of a white child in 2024. Alvin Trey. They hired this guy back, Alvin Trey Barnum. And these white folk, when you listen to them, you would think it was a black child that was killed. But I told you guys to go watch this video because I want you to have this as your ammo and your rebuttal whenever they say, oh, well, you know, we don't have all the facts and, you know, the body cam footage. No. Start listening to these white people. These are the white folk talking to white folk.
So what we're going to do, we're going to start back in November of 2024.
Let me know if y'all can hear this or not because I don't know how they did this. They didn't do it in stereo like they're supposed to.
We got a call, it was around midnight, I guess, that there were a couple of juveniles missing. And deputies were sent out to look for these juveniles. In the process of looking for these juveniles, David Kinney, one of my deputies, ran across these young men on four-wheelers on the state highway. Well, it's unlawful to be on the state highway in broad daylight, not to mention in the middle of the night.
Look how deranged this dude looks in the back. Look at that deranged look, and he is legally carrying a gun on his hip. And this is Arkansas, mind you. This is Arkansas. It's good old Arkansas.
So he stopped them to get them off the highway, not to write them a ticket, just get them someplace safe where they wouldn't get run over or they run over somebody.
Let's get to the meat of this. I don't want to belabor you with all this banter he got going on.
So I got to go. I hope this makes it to y'all. I never wanted
Now this is
my
the part where
stuff
he's talking about the texting back and forth that old boy did.
goes to Gage. I love y'all so much. Y'all have been great parents to me. I guess I'm just a bad word. Fuck up. And I couldn't change that. I wish I could have. I'm sorry. None of this is y'all's fault, only mine. I love y'all. I'm sorry. I should have stopped, but I'm a dumbass. I love y'all so much. My phone is about to die. So I got to go. I hope this makes it to y'all. I never wanted to end this way, but I guess it has to. I love y'all. I'm sorry.
And why did you call his mom to come pick you up? Why did he say Bradshaw? He saw Bradshaw's car be walking and turn himself in. Why did Bynum have both gloves on at 147 and that text come in at 145? Or why does Bynum's wife say, Trey is my husband, and Trey stopped him on the four-wheeler at 1:15 that morning and asked him to stop driving stupid, that he was going to get hurt, for him to be careful. He jumped off the four-wheeler and started running. So I'm not sure where the 145 came from, honestly, but Trey has been looking for him nonstop. His boots and phone were found. But before he took off running, he looked at Trey and said, I can't get in trouble. Trey told him he wasn't in trouble and took off running, but the whole time he was looking around, my husband thinks he was in trouble. In the body.
Now, is that a white woman questioning the authorities? The same authorities they tell us we need to not question. These cases are thorough and the examinations and the process is thorough, and what happens is what happens. And that is this the opposite of what they tell us to do? See, that's why I listen. This is a gem. These 40 minutes is a gem because you listen to it, you're like, oh my God, they sound like black folk. So they do know when something's not right in the just us system. So they do understand these police will sit there and break the rules to do everything they want to do. They can turn the cameras off because see, he admits it. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. You go listen to this yourself. He admits, yeah, I turned it off. The battery didn't die, I turned it off. This one right here tried to say the battery died. And then when the dad was like, no, they last 12 hours. So they understand B1 family. They understand because when they do it to themselves, they got problems. They don't like the system. They don't like the way it went. They want answers. So when we say we want answers, don't feel bad. Don't let them come in the mix, trolling. Tell them, say, you got stuff. This is what I'm telling them now. From now on, say, hey, you got more issues to worry about in St. Francis, Arkansas than you do over here. Stay out of black folk business. That's what we're doing going forward. That's what we're doing going forward, B1 family. We can't let the crumps of the world sit there and put us in the crux for a check and a smile. We're not going to let them go and hide their social medias, scrub the internet of all their evil and their devilment, any hate. We're not letting them do that because we are deserving of fair treatment. We're not asking for anything exceptional. We're not saying put us on a pedestal. We're not asking for that. We'll get out the mud. We're going to do that. But every time we do it, they come along and say, look, time to destroy what you built. And what they say? They'll say, oh, a white woman got hurt, got harmed, some lie, whatever lie they got to tell themselves. It comes to a wreck shop, and we're not dealing with that no more. We're not letting that happen. And see, I'm typing over here because I'm hoping. Because I heard a name the other day, that Asian dude named Merlin Liu. That burned that cross. Because the last name Liu is kind of interesting. Because his last name is spelled the same way the president of G128 LLC is spelled, LU. So I was trying to see if they were related or not, because G128 LLC is the one that sells our Juneteenth flags online that folk be buying. They don't realize they're supporting Asian on TikTok who's making money off our culture. So it doesn't say they're related, so I'm gonna leave that alone. B1 family, we still got work to do. Clump, we on your bumper. Van Turner, we on your bumper. Senatobia B1 family, stay on their bumpers because they will take your love and your passion and your drive and your fervor and your vigor and turn it to a big old check and then turn around and tell you, all right, guys, be quiet and go home. Until the next baby get killed. And we can't let that keep going on. Because the next baby might be mine. And I'm telling you, damn a check. I'm gonna say that on wax right here, right now. B1 family, I want y'all to hear me right now. This is Saturday, June 20th, 11:46 a.m. Central Standard Time. I don't want to check. If one of my babies get killed, their mom get killed, my dad get killed, my uncle, my mama, my brothers, my niece, sis, my nephew, one of my little cousins. I don't want no check. Damn a check. I want justice. Somebody need to go away for football numbers. They need to go away for a long period of time. And I hope you feel the same way. B1 family, I appreciate all the love and support. Shout out to everyone for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Go grab you a Delineations Now shirt. I think next week we'll have a design for you guys to check out for the FBA blackout shirts. And we'll move forward like that. But right now we're gonna keep our eyes on Senatobia and make sure what's going on is done right as much as we can. I'm not Valicia Wiley. I'm not burying my son. I can't dictate how she's going to respond. I'm just hoping there's people around her that help her understand that, hey, get the justice, all right? Get compensated for the injustice, but don't use that to quiet down what the people are doing on behalf of your son and behalf of the other children all over America. FBA all day and be one.